We are recording, so we're good.
This open meeting of the Triton Regional Middle School and High School School Building Committee is being conducted remotely, consistent with an act extending to certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency signed into law by Governor Healy on March 28, 2025, which extends the authorization for state and local public bodies to conduct public meetings in a hybrid or remote format through June 30th, 2027. These provisions suspend the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. I hereby call to order the meeting of the Triton Regional School Building Committee on September 25th, 2025 at 6:34 p.m. I am Matthew Landers, Chair of the School Building Committee, and I would like to confirm that all members and persons are anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. When I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Narissa.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting to be first, but I'm here and I can hear you.
I'm sorry, I'm just doing it off the list. Superintendent Forget.
Here and I can hear you.
Principal Kelly.
I'm here and I can hear you.
And Alan's not here, right? John Skonecki.
Here and I can hear you.
Christine Nealon.
Here and I can hear you.
Michael Colburn.
I'm here and I can hear you.
Matthew Haley.
I'm here and I can hear you.
Peter Abram.
Here and I can hear you.
River Wayne.
I don't see River.
How about Patrick Jensen?
I don't see Patrick either.
And finally, I'm sorry, Rich Poor.
Here and I can hear you.
And Peter I'm going to butcher this every time.
I'm here and I can hear you.
I practice. I'm sorry. I'll get better. My license plate is literally Paisan, so this is a disgrace that I can't pronounce the last name. I'm sorry. And for this meeting, the School Building Committee is convening remotely via Zoom, using the information posted on the district's website, identifying how the public can join. If you are personally attending by video conference using your device's camera, please be aware that others may be able to see and hear you. Committee members and administration, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you're not speaking. All supporting materials that have been provided to the members of this body are available on the district's website with the agenda posting, unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda. Each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call vote. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that anything you broadcast may be captured on the recording. All right. I think we have minutes and my computer just locked. What's the date on the minutes?
Yeah, so it's August 14th, right? Yeah, August 14th.
Can I get a motion to approve those minutes, please?
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call vote. Narissa.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Rich.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
John. Sorry.
He's trying to unmute himself.
Christine.
Yes.
I'll step in
Michael.
here. I'm saying
Oh,
yes,
sorry.
this is John. Sorry. I could not
Thank
unmute.
you.
It was frozen.
Mike.
Yes.
Matthew.
Yes.
Peter Abram.
Yes.
Patrick Jensen. Oh, nope. Sorry. Never mind. I always do that. Peter S.
Yes.
I think I got everyone right.
I think so. Yep.
All right. Second. Sorry, I don't have the update on the MSBA submission and timelines. Do you want to take that, Brian?
Yeah. So really quick. So we met on August 14th, and I had shared with you that we were accelerated to be welcomed into Module 2 on August 27th. That has now happened. We were voted in. That puts us officially into feasibility period. It's like Module 2 is actually designer selection, design team selection. So it doesn't change the timeline at all, other than starting the OPM selection earlier. So in our early discussions with them, we were thinking we'd be welcomed in late October. we would have an OPM by January and a designer by March, April. That's still the case. The OPM selection process takes a lot longer than they, I think, had anticipated because there's so many projects in the pipeline. So with the OPM selection, we've got a kind of basic overview of the timeline, but this keeps us on track to be to have a designer, I'm sorry, to have an OPM selected and reviewed by the MSBA on January 5th. Assume we would execute a contract the week following, and then probably a 2 to 3 month process to select a designer. And they currently have us slated in for it's the first week of April. I forget if it's April 8th or 9th, to have the design review selection, which then we would likely execute a contract the week after that. So by on or around mid-April, tax day, April 15th, we should have an intact design team. And then we would move into module 3, which is the actual start of the study without any more approvals from the MSBA. The next approval is to move into module 4. So as far as timeline, there's no real update other than to say everything we said in August came true. And so we are officially in module 2. We'll go over in the next item the selection of the OPM, or the vote to approve, or to appoint rather, the OPM selection panel. And that is a process. Rich has taken the lead on that as our of record MCPPO certified procurement, although John is also MCPPO certified. But for this process, Rich goes on the record as the procurement officer. So as far as other timelines, there's really not a lot of updates to provide for you. We did launch, hopefully you saw the full video from Cartoon EDU. We launched the full, it's actually 3 pillars. There's separate pillars. I forget the titles of them, the story, the timeline, and like the case for the MSBA, or however they do it. So we've rolled that out as a full video on the website. And I know just today, actually, Dave Cartoonan just posted on his LinkedIn and kind of tagged us and talking about how early in the process we're doing this. This is now the second week we've launched out the individual pillars via social media. They're like 90 seconds each. So each of those have gone out separately. So we'll continue to build out once we've got more videos. We'll build out a section on the webpage. But for now, this introductory video is just the main. When you get to the main website there, that is the first thing that people can see when they go to get in other information that they're looking for. So other than that, I don't think there's a whole lot of updates beyond that. I don't know, Rich, if there was something specific, other than the OPM process.
Yeah. So the OPM RFS, I placed the advertisement today, so it will appear in the central register on Wednesday of next week. So the MSBA people are making their final tweaks on it now, but they said that we could post the advertisement because we'll have the completed RFS approved and ready to go before Wednesday.
And actually, thank you for that reminder. The only thing I would say is, so that RFS, it's request for services, is a standard MSBA boilerplate document. They tell you to edit as you wish, and then they send it back to you and ask questions about all the things that you changed. So, so the only thing that is worth noting is they ask us to give a range for the project. And so I asked of them, give us some guidance. Like, what do we choose? It's just wide open, just to give the potential bidders for OPM and eventually as a designer a sense of the scope of the project. So in different drafts, we had 75 million, which was kind of that just repair number, up to 300 million, which is kind of an escalated number, seeing what happens in the market in 2.5 years when we start to be bidding this out. So ultimately, the current draft that went back today says 100 to 250 million dollars. Those are big numbers, right? And so that doesn't mean that is the project cost. There is no decisions made. But just to put that out there, that we had to put a ballpark. And it was, again, it's only to give the sense of, for an OPM, that we're not talking about, a $20 million renovation rehab. We're talking about studying all the possible options, which would be, we had the Habib number of $172 million, which would have been kind of renovating the existing campus, and putting, again, the kind of just dressing up the rest of the campus, on down to, if we built another 250,000 square foot building, we're currently 286,000. I don't think it would be that big. And it was $1,000 a square foot. That's where the 250 million came from. So that is, Rich did a lot of science and kind of explained if we were going to go like hard numbers based on this is what it would be. And then we kind of arrived at just keeping it round figures. But just in case anyone sees that, I mean, people will share the document once it's done through the 82 million comments and edits and red line version it is now. But just so that people know that that's the science behind that range. There is absolutely no science and no guidance from the MSBA and what it should be. So.
Thank you. And then moving on to the establishing the OPM selection committee. Do you want to go over that process, or do you want to just go right to the actual committee?
Yeah, so I'll just go quickly. There's a document that we added later, and this is actually kind of a cut and paste from I forget how many pages, 30 page, 35 page RFS document. This is just to share with you basic minimum requirements. I know there was, who were talking with different people about being part of this. Thank you for those who volunteered to be part of the OPM selection. A little labor intensive, but well worth the time. So just to give you a sense of what we're looking at, again, boilerplate from the MSBA, we tweaked accordingly. But what we're looking at, I'm not going to read this through, but for folks at home or watching this after the fact, this is posted with the agenda. The minimum requirements, and then it gives you just shows you the point by point breakdown for each of the things. So past performance as a respondent, documented performance on previous projects, 15 points, satisfactory relationships with designers, 5 points, knowledge of the MSBA code, 5 points. So it goes through very specific. The process is the document that Rich talked about, the RFS, goes on the street. So that is the central register. We put it in the newspaper. Anyone who wants to has the opportunity to submit a proposal. We collect those proposals. We review the proposals first based on quality, right? So measurement of saying we're responding to the specs. We then negotiate with the person that we want to select. So that is the way that an RFP or an RFS or RFQ, any of those processes work. It allows you, rather than think sealed bid like buses, we say we need 20 buses, these are the routes, you give us a number and it's the number. This is different. It's much more detailed. We rank and sort in most desirable, least desirable, and then ultimately once a selection's made, we get to negotiate with that single OPM. So just, I won't say a whole lot more than that, other than you have the specs there of kind of the details of what we're looking for, and then the bottom of that second page, just to give you a sense of the timeline. So it will appear next Wednesday in the Central Register, in the paper. Have an informational meeting mid-October, October 13th. Last day for questions from respondents by the 20th of October. All responses are due by October 27th. So one week, I'm sorry, just about a month away. That then, so the group that has been identified will, that week from the 27th to the 31st, will be the first process is shortlisting. And then the week of November 7th, interviewing respondents. November 14th, negotiate with the selected respondent. And again, these are kind of target dates set in the RFS. If the committee needs to move it a day here or there, this is just a sense. So by mid-November, we're negotiating with the successful OPM. And then by the 21st, we have to have that selection to the MSBA for review and approval. So we have a November um, building committee currently set for the 20th, I believe. Yes. So that is, we would be bringing that, the subgroup that Matt will talk about, we'll be bringing it to this group for a formal vote. And then that goes the following day, it's due to the MSBA. And again, that's all. So, but November 21st, we give it to the MSBA. That's so we can get on the docket for that January 5th. So we finish our process there. MSBA vets, did we do it right? Is the person qualified? Go through their due diligence. We basically sit quiet and wait for the month of December. That's okay, plenty of other stuff to do. And then we, January 5th would be on the docket with the MSBA to have them review. And hopefully, I can't imagine by that point, it's rare, if unheard of entirely, to get to that point and not have them approve it because they do so much pre-vetting of these candidates. So happy to answer any questions if anyone has one or some.
Okay, and that second document is the actual who I'm suggesting that we appoint to the selection committee, and it's Mike, Jim, Richard, Peter, Sekondini, John Skanecki, Narissa, and Brian. And I thank you very much to everyone who volunteered, and thank you to everyone that was selected, because it's a very time-consuming process.
So just a note, I had said to Matt, so they recommend 4 to 5 people. I'm going to be part of the process, but based on scheduling and time sensitivity, I will only be a voting member of that if I can commit to all the times that folks need to be there, and my schedule may preclude. So John and Rich, right, as far as staff, need to be the 2 that are part of this process closely. So
Can I get a motion to approve as recommended by myself?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? No. None. Roll call vote. Narissa,
Yes.
Brian,
yes.
Rich,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Christine,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Matthew Haley,
Yes.
Peter Abram,
Yes.
Peter Sekondini,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. Thank you very much. And then next item is just a information on the September and October info sessions. Brian, you want to take that?
Yeah, just a reminder, we had talked about this previously. We currently have a group of teachers, parents. We have 10 parents. We have, to remember the total number, we have 9 or 10 students and about 20 educators coming together next Tuesday. All day. That's the September 30th first session, and then a follow-up session, exact same people on Wednesday, October 15th. You as the building committee, if you would like to come be a fly on the wall, we had talked about the fact that there's been parts of this visioning that were really focused on educators. Our goal here is we'll have administrators and educators involved, but the rest of the building committee, Matt and Narissa, right? Like this isn't a building committee process, but if any of you would like to be a fly on the wall and watch any of it, portion of it, all of it, you're certainly welcome to attend and just get a sense of what's going on. We actually have educators, we'll just confirm today, we'll actually have a 6th grader, no, not true, a 6th grade teacher from each of the 3 elementaries as part of the process as well, because part of what we're studying, as we keep talking about, is the potential to move 6th grade over. So whether or not that is viable to be seen, but this is good broad representation of 6th grade, middle school, and high school educators that will be part of this process. And same thing, no elementary parents, but middle school and high school parents. In middle school, we have 8th grade, 5 8th grade students, 5 8th grade students, and then 5 high school students. So should be some good good work, and this group will be, you know, diving deeper into this kind of educational programming. Again, not the nuts and bolts of a building, but this will feed the document that will become the education program that we hand to the OPM and designer and say, okay, this is what we want. The building has to meet these educational community needs. So yeah, let me know if you want to be included. Let me know, and I'll make sure I get you the information when I send that blast out. I should be sending a blast out tomorrow afternoon with final details. It's 8 to 3, both days. So.
Okay, thank you. And the next is just a discussion about our communication plan. I want to take that, or I can take it, either one. I don't care.
Happy for you. I'm always the talker, so happy for you to talk.
So at the school committee, full school committee workshop, and our last school committee meeting, we discussed communication for the district, which will dovetail obviously into a communication plan for the school building committee. And what the full committee decided to do was to send communications down to the policy and advocacy subcommittee to evaluate options, and come back to the full committee on it was the December meeting, or no, January meeting, sorry, to
Yep.
just to decide what they want to do. I think depending on what happens there, we could decide how we want to handle our part of it, if that makes sense for everyone.
Yeah, no, just the one thing I would add, the discussion was around when I've spoken with outside firms, PR communications firms, everyone I've spoken with, small, medium, or large, has said, look, if you're creating PR and marketing and communications around a building project as your first effort, you're way too late, right? The idea is you need to be celebrating and sharing the successes of the district and communicating well the district and everything it has to offer. And then when it comes time for the project vote, it's building on that. So it's an easy thing to say, hey, there's going to be part of our project cost, right? Part of this 1.7 million that becomes a larger project fund down the road would be general communications, piece of cake. But separately, the committee's discussing, should they be investing in a more coherent strategy, whatever that means, internal, external, firm or not, for ongoing communication. So just to put a little, just clarify that's the question. Is it an internal person? Is it a dedicated person? Is it a firm? But that would certainly give us our guidance. And then we had talked about, by the time we have a full design team, which sounds like it's going to be mid-April at this point, we want to make sure we have our strategy in place so that as we're launching the feasibility study, right, the first questions and talked about community forums. That's where we start to talk about pictures and really getting the community involved on a larger scale. That's where we want to make sure that communication strategy is ready to roll. So that timeline allows us to do that.
All right. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
Matt, so
Yes.
my one question is regarding tonight's meeting. When do you all anticipate I don't know if I should say minutes or the notes from tonight's meeting to be up on the link for the Triton Middle School, High School Building Committee?
I would say usually within a week to a week and a half.
Okay. Again, I asked that because I like to report back to my board, and
Mhm.
I always take notes, but I don't like to do my notes unless I compare them to something I may have missed.
Yeah.
So, okay,
And
thank you.
when's your next meeting? Monday?
No, it's not till October 6th or whatever that
Oh,
next.
okay.
A week from Monday?
Yeah, yeah.
We should be good to have those to you by then.
Okay, because again, I like to report back to the board, and then I always tell the general public, you can find all the information on the link, and I always recite what the link is. So thank you.
Great.
Perfect. Thank you.
Brian, will you have the video out at the same time too?
This will actually be on the as soon as we get it up on the YouTube channel. So this should be good by tomorrow.
So you
Deborah's
can
out
use
tomorrow.
that too, Christine.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. So when we meet live and we are recorded, and again, this is not going to be via Zoom once we're into the soup here, once we have a design team. But those post instantly, right? So we stream to YouTube and it's available. It usually processes for like 5 minutes and then it's live. For this, we've just got to get it, the Zoom link to Dylan, who runs the site. So that probably by tomorrow should be able to have that up.
Perfect. Any other questions? Seeing none, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved. I never get to
Second.
do the school committee.
And Mike, you second it?
Yes, I did, Matt.
All right, roll call vote. Narissa,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
Rich,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Christine,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Matthew Haley,
Yes.
Peter Ahern,
Yes.
Peter S.
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Thank you very much, everyone.
Night, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Have a great night. Take care.